So,
Okay, sorted. Oh, well, we're up and running, right? Brilliant. Okay, welcome everyone. It gives me great pleasure to introduce this incredible opportunity which you're about to see and go through with myself and Beverley. She's going to actually take the first part of this. A little bit of my background before we start. I'm ex-military. Well, I actually joined the army at the age of 16, did 11 and a half years, and came out at the age of 28. I've always wanted to be a creator of my own success, and basically I set up my own first business, which was a health and fitness club. Ran that very successfully for the last, for around about 12 years. One thing I recognized in business, timing is so important, and you'll understand this with this, exactly what's going on with this incredible opportunity here. Now, for myself, I started that club, and there was only literally about 2 other clubs in the area, which didn't really give me much way of competition. But when I actually sold it, there was 11, and I got out at absolutely perfect timing. So this is why I'm saying what I'm saying. But my latter business was a tree surgery company, and I'd been looking for an exit strategy for the last 5-6 years. And for me, it came in the form of this. And I was looking at something just for the simple reason being, hitting the age of 50, I just didn't fancy finding myself at the top of a tree somewhere, and that work being extremely hard. So yeah, so fortunately I was introduced to this, and I'm absolutely running with this opportunity because I've never actually seen anything like it myself. And it gives me great pleasure today to introduce Beverley. Now, she comes from a corporate background. She's done extremely well in that way, but she had her plan B, and she'll explain that slightly before we press on. But one thing which she brings to the table so much value with her experiences and her achievements as well. So we're so lucky to have her. And you know, anyone who's within her team, it's really, really awesome, because the help you'll get and the experience from there is awesome. So Beverley, over to you. I'll let you crack on with this first part, and I'll take over after.
see you soon. Exactly. Thanks so much, Rob. And yeah, absolutely love this team. Love working with everybody. You know, we're one big family. We've got people on this call from Australia, from the UK. Yeah, and normally have it from other parts of the world as well. So it's really, really cool. So I'm just going to basically share with you, you know, a bit about my background, and also, you know, the first question I always love asking is like, you know, if you could have been in the beginning of Amazon, knowing what you know today, you know, would you have said yes? And to me, that's absolutely, you know, I would have said yes 100%. But, you know, Amazon don't pay you and don't pay you for referrals. They basically, obviously, Jeff Bezos, who created Amazon, he makes all the money himself. And what we've got here is an opportunity, which is like Amazon, but basically we're paying the people. We're paying people back for referring. So I'm going to share with you, you know, like a phenomenon that's called iBoomerang, you know, why we're different, why we're standing out, why nobody else has got what we've got, and we're breaking all records, and it's a totally new concept. We're not selling you anything here. The idea of this presentation is to, number one, see if you like the business, or see if you want to become a customer, and we're absolutely cool with either of those. But if you're looking for something, looking for you know, a change, looking forward to earn more money, looking for a positive distraction amongst the chaos in the world these days, then absolutely this is the right place for you to be. So yeah, as Rob said, my name is Beverley. I've been in corporate media advertising most of my life, doing the 9 to 5, more like the 8 to 8, and building somebody else's wealth. It got me over to Australia, so I lived over there for 20 years and back in the UK at the moment, but you know, I can commute between both. Well, we'll be able to hopefully soon. I've always worked hard, played hard, and it all came to basically an abrupt halt when I went in to get a contract signed, and they basically said, we haven't got a contract for you. And I was like, great, you know, so this is the second time this happened to me. I had basically no contract, no income, no plan B, and that was my big thing. And I was really like, well, what about my plan B? I need to do something about that. So I did look at like traditional businesses, and I looked around and went, okay, you know, what can I do? What my skill set, etc. The traditional business for me looked like a lot of hard work and multiple skill levels, you know, and I just didn't feel as though I had the confidence to do that. And also I had some friends that had done some small businesses and they hadn't gone particularly well. So for me, it was all about finding something and looking for something where literally they did everything, and I could just basically share something that I believed in and loved. And that's exactly how I started. It was through a product-based business, gave me great results. And 7 years later, got me back to the UK, or 5 years later, got me back to the UK. But I literally came across this opportunity late December last year, and literally ran for it from January onwards. And what I love about it is the fact it's a service-based opportunity, not a product-based. We're already in 195 countries. That was the new number given the other day. We've got nearly 1 million customers. And yeah, just absolutely loving the camaraderie, and there's no, because it's technology, there's no barriers globally, which is brilliant. So I'm going to share basically a little presentation here. And, you know, so for me, it's like, you know, if there's 3 reasons why, you know, the world, I was going to say the world and what we're in at the moment has, to me, it's like, you know, the perfect storm for something like this. 3 reasons. One is that online companies is absolutely where it's at. You just have got to look at what's going on with Amazon. You know, they did 22 million extra in 1 month. And Bill Gates always cited the internet as being the source of making more millionaires than anything else. And he's been absolutely right. And we are an online company. The second thing is, in a climate of turbulence, you know, it always breeds opportunities. The masses go one way, and then the people who are looking for something and looking for success will always find a way to push through and find something that actually can work, whatever the situation. And this is what we believe we've got here. And number 3 is, you know, we are an online home-based business, and, you know, most people are at home at the moment, or they've been working from home, or even if they're going back to the office, it's for 1 or 2 days a week, they're still at home. So they realize that they can work from home and earn money for somebody else. Can they do it for themselves, you know? And I'm a big believer in having multiple income streams. You really can't rely on one income stream, a bit like my story was, you know, earlier, relying on one income stream. This can be for everybody. I will say that actually this might be not be for everybody, but it can be for anybody. And we've got people in our business that are teachers, that are admin, hospitality, students, business owners. You know, it's all about an attitude and not a demographic. So if you believe that technology is the way forward and you're absolutely in the right place, grab a notepad and pen and take some notes, because there's quite a lot of information to get through, and then we'll go from there. So iBoomerang, the philosophy behind the name is basically, as a boomerang is, mostly known in Oz, it's all about, you know, basically it comes back to you. So we give out goodwill, it comes back to us. We actually give out savings and we get paid in cash back to us. So it's that philosophy of giving back that's really helped the culture. And also the iBoomerang in 2019 become the fastest growing company in our industry, and also the #1 company to be viewed and watched. So before we start, I always like to do like what I call the IT factor. We're all about integrity and transparency. You know, if you want to come onto this journey with us, we've got to be open and about, you know, at the end of the day, it's like anything in life. If, you know, it's about the amount of time and effort you put into it. It's the same with a relationship, same with a job. It's absolutely the same with this. There's no guarantee you're going to make any money, but if you're down to being coachable, hardworking, time and effort, there's absolutely a lot of money to be made. I always say it's like going to the gym. You pay a gym membership every month. You can choose to go or not and get the body that you are happy with or not, as the case may be. So let's start off. What do all these companies have in common? You've got Amazon, you've got Facebook, you've got Google. And the fact is they all make money with our information. And what they offer is absolutely free data. We all know that data is the new gold. You know, if basically Amazon know what we're reading, so they know what you're going to be buying. If you're on there, you know, basically looking at, initially it started off as a bookstore. If you're buying books, say for cookery, they're going to go, okay, fine. You know, you might want pots and pans, you might want some cooking utilities. At the end of the day, they know what you're looking at. So they're trying to help you in your next buying purchase. We all know that, you know, if you like something on Facebook, you know, they know what you're going to buy. You know, before COVID, I kept on being served these lovely Croatia cycling holidays. So Sail and Cycle, it was called. And I absolutely, it's on my bucket list to do. And I was being, you know, and I was like, right, I'm going to book that and go. But, you know, it's absolutely spot on in what I wanted to do. And, you know, Google know what we're searching for because they know what we're looking at. So, you know, training shoes the other day on there, boom, I went onto Facebook. The pair I was looking at was right in front of my face. So, yes, we'll see what happens. I've just found my watch. I was looking at it for the last 2 days and found it in my washing, just come out of the washing machine. So I now need a new watch. So we'll see what they do on that. So our mission basically is to provide an opportunity to succeed without selling. And when I saw that, I was like, wow, that's really, really different. You know, most companies expect you to sell. In fact, the more you sell, the more profit you make. And there's 2 things I normally look at when I'm going to align or join a company, any company really. And one is like, who's leading the ship? As in, have they got experience? How long are they doing for? Do they know what they're doing? Have they got systems and processes? Because, you know, coming from a business background, systems and processes is the way that it works. And the second thing is like, what's its USP, you know, unique selling point? And for me, I was like, success without selling, that is really, really different, because most people expect to sell and have profit. So yeah, so that intrigued me. And then offering a 5-star lifestyle at 3-star prices. Well, I always like a bargain, whatever I do. So that was like, I was like, I'm interested in that bit. So, and I love also our hashtag, it's just different. We're not saying we're better or best, we're just saying we are just different. So what are we doing? We're basically taking you from an outdated business model into a modern era. And what do I mean by that? You know, well, you know, nowadays customers, outdated business model is basically where customers know how to sell and know about business. And we're moving into a technological era. And you only have to look at what, you know, like I say, Amazon's done to retail, what Netflix has done to TV viewing. It's completely and utterly revolutionized the business. What Uber has done for cabs, you know, who'd have thought, you know, like literally all they are is a technology connecting people with drivers. And at the end of the day, technology, artificial intelligence and database analytics is completely changing the world we live in, and at a very, very fast pace. I mean, again, iPhones with Apple with iPhones as well. You know, you look at how business is changing, and we're doing absolutely the same in our industry from a model that's been the same for 60 years. And we're taking it into a modern era where literally we make money only when our customers save money. And again, when I read that, I was like, this is really different. I've never seen anything like this. You know, as Rob said at the beginning, you know, we can only make money when our customers, so we're actually incentivized to save for our customers, you know, to save our customers money. That's it. You know, I was like, I need to look into this further. So how do we do this? We basically use advanced technology and tools that help us. And we've got absolutely proven leadership here with a guy called Holton Buggs in the yellow shirt. He's pinnacle leader of our industry. Has always worked for other companies until he formed iBoomerang in March 2019. And he came from absolutely humble backgrounds. You know, he earned actually less than $500 a month for the first 7 years of doing this. And that is not a lot of money in this industry. But the guy didn't give up, you know. It's he developed systems and formulas. It's pretty much like, you know, when you go and start a new job, they go, here's a manual or here's a video, watch this and you will achieve success. And he did absolutely the same here as well. He did that, put those into practice, and actually through that record-breaking earnings. In 10 years, he earned over $100 million. His highest month was 3.2 million. So the guy absolutely knows what he's doing. And the systems and formulas, that's what I've loved about joining this business. I've never seen anything like it in terms of, like, you know, interactive videos, just very slick, short training. It's so simple as a business model, I can't tell you. And he not only did that for himself, but he also supported over 45 people to earn over $1 million. So I say, formed in March 2019, been going for 18 months now, over $100 million of sales in 195 countries. And yeah, we're just at the beginning, which is, you know, very exciting. We're literally still at a ground floor opportunity. So he didn't do this on his own. He brought these guys with him. He's worked with them all. They're all experts within their fields. And just David Manning, I'd just like to point out here, he heads up a company called Extreme Travel, which Holton partnered with. And I'm going to talk about, we'll talk about how that works later on in this presentation. But as Amazon started off with books at the beginning, we started off with travel. So we'll talk about how that fits in. So this is actually the PRIB. This is our product. It stands for the Perpetual Residual Income Builder, and it's actually the heart of what we do and the heart of our company. By perpetual, it works 24/7 for us. So at the moment, I've got a team in America, a team in Australia, a team in the UK. So while I sleep, I get paid, you know. That's utopia as far as I'm concerned in a business model. And, you know, residual income, I call it my Beyonce money. Literally, Beyonce goes and makes a record, does the work, and then literally every time it's played, she gets paid. What we are doing is introducing customers into the PRIB and through a free platform. And every time they buy something and save money, we get paid. And this is just, you know, this is just amazing. This is artificial intelligence. This is the database analytics. And this is, if companies haven't got this working from them now, then really, you know, they're missing a massive trick. And, you know, beyond travel, we've already got 4 products in here. So although we lead with travel, and travel is a sector of what we do, it's actually the other areas. We're getting 2 products added per quarter, and we just had 2 products added last weekend. Very, very excited about those. And we're literally starting to become the Amazon within our industry, which is really, really cool. So talking about travel, iGo is the front door for the Prib, and the Prib is the front door for iBoomerang. So the iGo travel platform we're using this exactly the same as Amazon used books to start its journey. Jeff Bezos didn't create Amazon to be a bookstore. He created it because he knew a lot of people like reading books, and he could attract people into a membership only club, right? So Amazon is a membership only club. Yeah, you pay more for premium, but it's actually a club where you actually have to join and become a member of. And that's the same deal here. People have to join this travel club, and actually travel is 307 times bigger than the book industry. So, you know, at the end of the day, I know travel is a bit of an orange button at the moment, a bit on amber at the moment through what's going on globally, but we know absolutely 100% that, you know, you look at Ebola, you look at SARS, you look at 9/11, travel will pick up and will come back. Everybody's desperate to travel. I'm going to Spain next month to go cycling, so you know it's already happening. And just in the first year, we actually got over 500,000 customers. We've got, as I say, nearly 1 million now, but literally in 12 months, 500,000 customers. And that is actually more than Facebook and Amazon actually achieved in the first 2 years of them being out there. So, you know what, we're well on track for 1 million customers and 2 million by Christmas. So why did Holton pick travel? It's a huge, huge industry, $8 trillion industry. It's big. If you look at the four key markets globally in terms of size, the top four are gas and oil, pharmaceutical, like prescriptions and stuff like that, food and travel. And travel actually, as a category, is more than those other three put together. And what I didn't realize when I joined is that Booking's holding an Expedia group. So these basically are marketing companies. They're not travel agencies, and we're not a travel agency either. We're a technology company. Bookings Holdings and Expedia Group, they own like 95% of all online sites. They own Kayak, they own Booking.com, Hotels.com, etc. They own over 45 websites. And basically what they do, they have an agreement that they won't deal 10% below what the public price is out there. So they're a public price offering. And what Holton's done very cleverly, and you know other people have had travel clubs where this has happened, but nobody's ever given it away for free, is he's basically got like the iGo platform, which is a members only travel platform. And basically people have to join that, and because they're joining a club and it's not publicly listed, he can offer therefore for customers up to 35% discount. So it just offers a bigger saving, you know, on potential holidays, etc., car rentals, etc. And what really is the clever bit, and what I love most about this, is because, you know, if you look at the profit, then if Bookings and Expedia are only allowing, you know, each other to do a 10% variant on what's out there publicly, all the profit goes back to them and their shareholders. And what we've got with iGo platform is the savings are passed on to us, and we'll explain how that happens later on in the presentation. So here is an example of some deals. You've got basically New York 4.5 star, on Expedia was 339 a night, on our platform 178, so a saving of 161. France, Paris 4-star hotel 440 on Travelocity, 130 on our platform, a saving of 310, and we do rental cars as well. And when you've booked, you get your normal email, this is how much it costs. You also get reward credits. So not only are you saving here, you've got your $310 a night. So if you're saying 4 nights, that's nearly $1,000. You know, what could you spend that on? Dinner in the Eiffel Tower, Moulin Rouge, you name it. You know, just got more money to spend there, but also you're getting reward credits, which keeps you coming back, and also you can spend these on activities and a holiday. So you're getting paid to go on holiday. We like that. And then just take a note of these savings here. We're going to talk about how this works and how you make money of those later in the presentation. So we've got basically 8 core services, you know, hotels, car rentals we've talked about, cruises, you know, flights to be transparent, you know, there's little margins on flights. So literally you get your reward credits, and if you can make, you know, take some money, that's great. But on the whole, they're pretty parity with what's out there. Homes is our Airbnb equivalent. Weeks is brilliant. If you're looking for a week away and want to get a great deal, book that. Great deals on there. Marketplace is an eBay style booking system, and then timeshare, because of the association with extreme travel, we get a lot of timeshare on there that people can take those weeks. And this is the very, very clever bit and very, very sexy bit. So if, for example, the Prib, the technology we've got, knows that you're going, say there's a family of 4 going over to Orlando, to Disney World, etc. It's going to be connecting with you, saying, right, okay, we've got a ride or a ride from the airport to the hotel, and we'll talk about Vibe Ride, which is one of our offerings in a minute. When you get there, theme parks, do you want tickets to Disney? Do you want tickets to Universal? And it will actually offer you tickets at a discounted rate. And if they're your customer, everything they buy through the platform, you will get paid for, you'll get a commission for. So that's what really excites me. It's the bigger vision of where this is going. So how does it all work? It all works with a boomerang with a smart code, and it's very, very simple. We literally, people say to me, like, well, I'll say, I was in Apple the other day talking to the guy there, and he fixed my computer. I said, your service has been amazing. You thinking of traveling in the next 6 to 12 months, 18 months? And he goes, yeah, but I always book short term. I said, fantastic. I said, look, service has been so great. I'd like to give you access to my members only VIP travel platform. You get up to 35% off. Are you interested? Yes, I am. So literally all I did was have my QR code on my phone. He scanned it in, put his details in, and boom, he becomes an active iBoomerang person. So customer. So that was really, really cool, and it's that simple. And we're using these iGo QR codes as well. Pubs, gyms, anywhere where people are, number one, getting back into business. Come out the other side of COVID. They want to earn additional income so it doesn't happen to them again. They're sticking these up and they're saying to their customers, like, have this on me. It's a free, portal. When you're ready to travel, go for it. And every time a boomerang gets activated, I love this. The Boom Foundation, we serve nutrition to malnourished children in third world countries. 4.4 last year, and we're going to do nearly 15 million this year. So that really, really excites me as well. And on that note, I'm going to stop share here, and I'm going to pass over to Rob. And over to you, Rob.
Okay, brilliant. Sorry, I'm just going to get that up. Thank you very much, Beverley. That's grand. Can you see that as well, just before I start talking, and then find out I'm talking to an empty screen? Yeah, brilliant. So yeah, this is what I love as well. As in fact, I've actually used the platform myself 11 times, 2 of which have been flights, as mentioned, that they're not guaranteed, but it's still paid me to do it. I know some people have had some incredible savings on those, even though we do say that. But the hotels for me, 9 hotels, £1,268 savings. So I know it works extremely well. And I love the fact that we can just give this code, as Beverley said there, from all the different ways as well, so which is cool. So this is, I feel, the best slide on here. So I'm just going to minimize my screen a bit there. So yeah, this is why I joined iBoomerang. So this is what I love about this company. So we've got the Prib, as mentioned before. It's literally the heart of our business and what our business is actually all about. We've got that huge industry, which we don't need to sell. People always like to have to do it, business, holidays, pleasure, whatever it may be, family. So we don't have to actually sell it, but everyone always wants a cheaper deal. Okay, so that's our gateway in. As mentioned already, we've got the rideshare industry, which is a massive industry of 24.4 billion and growing every year. And we own our own rideshare company, okay, which is debt-free and working and up and running in America already, in 2 of the main states, and also expanding throughout other states as well. So that's really cool. Then we've got Build Genius, which was just announced this weekend, which I'll talk about that shortly, but that's an incredible platform going on there, right? What's actually happening there, where people can literally upload their bills, and we'll, like I say, I'll go into that, but that's happening. Then we've got Zence as well, which is the world's first ever wearable technology, okay, which again, we'll talk into that shortly. We've got new product service. They're going to be littered around this Prib as time goes on. But we've actually got Boom Mobile. That's a done deal. That is going to be launched at some point in the future, which is unlimited everything for a discounted price. I know he's in talks with petroleum companies as well. But what we're actually saying here, and this is what's starting to happen, that anyone that, who fills their car up, pays a mobile bill, buys any of these products off, with Zence there, uploads their bills and has savings, goes in a Vibe, drives through a Vibe, uses anything on the platform, there's multiple commissions coming back to the person who gave that code out, okay, from all different directions. You've got no idea where the money's coming in from. So this is why I joined iBoomerang and the power of this. And it actually gets better, all right? Because when you actually see, also there's 2 ways of building this business, which I'll go on to, and you'll see and understand why I'm saying this. So when you look at Vibe, going into this briefly, why is this different to the other ride shares out there? Well, first of all, there's 3 ways you can earn money, but with Vibe. First of all, when you actually drive the car, okay, obviously. And why would Vibe riders, or rather, why would like Lyft and Uber drivers want to be part of this? Well, first of all, they get paid more from the fare ride right off the bat at 70%, going up to 75% after first 50 rides. So that's really, really exciting when they're only paid around 60% or below. Now, as a driver or as a TSA like myself, or someone in this business, and Beverley as well, okay, what actually happens here is we can introduce other drivers. So what that then means is that every time that driver who's been introduced by yourselves or the other drivers gets 3% of every fare ride they ever make, okay? Then it gets better as well, because we can now introduce our own passengers, okay? People who go into the Vibe. Now, Vibe drivers and we as TSAs can do this also. So every time that person goes into a Vibe ride, we get 3% on every fare ride they ever make. And technically what you can actually have is your own customer going into your own driver, which is really cool. You're now getting 6%. So yeah, this is why it becomes so exciting. Now, also as a passenger going, you know, having the Vibe app, it's really attractive for them because they get to set their Vibe. Okay, so on the actual app itself, they can choose the temperature, the music, whether they want to put the driver on mute or not by literally selecting the button on there. And also they can have a girl power option as well, which means that they can actually select a female driver. So if you're a female coming out of a restaurant or a club of an evening and you just feel a bit safer going home with a lady driver, well, obviously it makes sense, and it's a very, very nice added feature there. So that's a lot different to what's out there currently, and it's far, you know, and you can see the ways why this is so attractive and where it's going. So when we're also looking at Build Genius, okay, this is only just come out, but they've already done savings to 7 million of people who've uploaded their bills on here. And we're literally looking at, this is how it works. You just upload your bill, and within minutes, Build Genius actually does all the work for you, and you pay absolutely nothing unless it saves you money. All right, which is really, really cool. Okay, so literally, and just to give a quick scenario of that, so if you had about £500 saving on there, or dollars, or 1,000 as it's saying there is typically the average, all right, that would then mean that you would get half that money getting paid back to you for literally just uploading your bills, which is really, really cool. The rest actually goes into the comp plan and gets paid into the compensation scheme, which is, again, really, really exciting as well. So when you're looking at Zence, what is this? All right, so this is very personal, and as it says there, very portable and extremely powerful, because what it actually does, and these are the flavors you have, it releases these various essential, natural essential oils, which evaporate over a 12-hour period into your nose directly as just a little ring that you wear in between your nostrils. Okay, you can't, like I've seen people wear them and you can't even tell they've been worn. So it's very, very, you know, clever, and no one has this technology bar iBoomerang. So anybody wants to buy it, it starts with us, literally, and it's really kind of cool where that is. So these are the different ones. I'm not going to go, well, you've got lavender there, you've got eucalyptus, you've got lemon, and for, as it says there, for sleeping and calming, power and energy, and as it says there, clarity and concentration, as well as, you know, the nausea relief as well. So yeah, really, really powerful things, and so easy to use. More ways we get paid. So when we actually look at the Vibe model here, okay, this is where it gets really kind of cool. So if I introduce 10 riders, or a Vibe rider introduce 10 riders, part-time, only doing 50 grand a year, okay, 10 riders times 50 gives 500, 3% would come back to you, or the person who introduced these drivers at $1,500 for that year's work, all right, which is absolutely incredible. When you look at the rider passenger model, this is really, really exciting. And this is now where you get to see the power of this, okay? Now what we're saying is I introduce 10 friends, they then are incentivized to introduce 5 of their friends. So when that happens, just on this model alone, you literally rattle up to 310 drivers just on this model, giving an average spend of $50 per month, or pounds, or whatever, euros, whatever currency you're in. That would come back to you at 5.5 grand a year. Now, I just want to point a reference here. This is going to happen on the iGo platform as well. Okay, when this becomes an app, this is going to be shared multiple times over. So if I give this to my friends, and they are going to naturally share this app amongst their friends, because that's what they've done before, time and time again, with Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all the apps out there, you know, Netflix, Amazon, all these apps have been shared, and the only reason we know about them, okay, is because our friends or people we've been talking to has told us about them. But the power of this is when that activity happens and it's going to go viral, because not only will they do it naturally, they're going to be incentivized just like this model here. In this case, remember Beverley mentioned reward credits. They'll end up earning reward credits, which is free money to spend on this platform. So this is going to help it eventually go viral, which is ridiculous, because what actually that means is if I was the one who was actually sparked that chain off with my friends and people I know, all of that activity then what carries on, those people are linked to me as if I've personally give them the code, so they're all my free customers, all right? Which then you can see the power of this, and especially with the spends and what can happen on this platform. Okay, so when we actually look at the iGo platform then, so what we've got going on here is the ambassador platform has a 70+% saving, all right? And then that iGo platform for the free customers are half what we get, capped at 35%. So when you look at this particular example of Cancun, okay, it's coming to me at the wholesale price at 41% saving, and a free customer of mine would come in at 20%, half what I get. So when you look at the actual pricing here, I would say $424, okay, off the cheapest online price, which is $1,046. So when you look at the example on the right here, what we've got going on is I've now given this couple a boomerang, okay, a code of free access. They've made a 212 saving on this particular hotel at that particular time, and they're chuffed to bits about that because it's $212 cheaper than anywhere else they could find. But what they don't know, all right, is the fact that behind the scene there was another 212, which gets split in half. So half would come back to me at hard cash, 106, and then half is, or the other half is then split 35% into the compensation plan to the team and 15% to the company. Build Genius works the same way, but half goes back into the compensation plan, and also Zence also works similar with a coming back into the compensation plan as well. So now you're starting to understand that there's multiple commissions coming back, which is very, very, very powerful where it's going. So there's two ways you can build this business, right? So you can literally be yourself, just giving out as many codes and free accesses to this platform as you like, okay, to as many friends and people you know, all right? In this scenario, I'm going to water it right down, and we always sort of under-deliver, and, you know, basically it sort of always ends up getting better than it is. But so keeping this very, very transparent, they've worked out that if I only had 10 friends, the average saving on someone using our platform, on the iGo platform, they save $600 a year. Now that's someone going on holiday either once a year or using it once a year to like 5 times, 10 times a year, whatever it may be. Because remember, there's multiple things on this platform. So the average is only $600. So 10 customers times 600 is 6,000. So half of that saving would come back to me at $3,000 for that year, which is extremely, you know, awesome. Now I'm just going to just do something a little bit technical here, so forgive me, but I'm going to share my screen and bring up my calculator a minute. In fact, that hasn't gone quite to plan, so I'm going to have to just do stop share a minute and do it this way. Sorry about this, guys. This is my preparation, what I should have done earlier. Hopefully that is now working. Okay, so what we're looking at here, this is my business plan. This is me just giving out as many accesses to the platform as I possibly can. Now I've got a 4-year business plan. So if I asked you the question, where would you like to see yourself in 4, even if I water it down 5 years time, a lot of people don't even have or look at that as an option or a plan. They just generally do their day-to-day thing of what it is they're actually currently doing. So this is, I'm just highlighting, this is my plan for what I'm going to be achieving over the next 4 years. Now, all I'm going to do is give out one code every single day, 365 days a year, so I end up with 365 customers in my organization. Now, I've already highlighted the average saving is 600, but I'm not going to go for that. I'm going to water it right down and say it's only $60, euros or pounds. So I'm just going to put 60 into here, and then you can see that over 1 year, what would come back to me is just shy of $11,000 or euros or pounds. Okay, for just me literally giving something away one time every single day. All right, so I've literally watered this right down just to give you no over expectations. So what I'm going to do, my business plan again is, like I say, 4 years. So the next year I'm going to do exactly the same. Okay, so now I've got 730, and I'm going to keep the saving still the same, even though we've got all these products and services coming onto the platform, but I'm just going to keep it at 60. And now I'm getting 22,000 near enough for my efforts of just doing that for extra money of whatever I'm doing by just giving something away. Now then, what I'm going to point out, I've got a 4-year business plan, like I mentioned, okay? There is now, I don't know how many products and services coming onto the platform. The app is out already, and that's sharing tenfold, okay? I'm still going to continue to give boomerangs away, okay? But I'm going to still keep the savings at £60, euros or dollars, all right? But I will have, and I reckon this is underestimation, okay, of 10,000 people in my organization. Now, can I wait, okay, 4 years for a payout of this per year, 300,000 per year? And this is watered down, guys, okay? Because I reckon I'm going to have more than 10,000 people. My savings are going to be way over 60, okay? And I know my earnings is going to be way more than this as well. So I'm just emphasizing the power of this. And I'm sure when you look at this, this isn't a bad idea. Okay, so I'm just going to do one more thing here. And I, say if you even watered it down and you said 5 years from now, could you wait to have 10,000 people in your organization just by giving something away and it getting shared for you as well? All those products and services now on the Prib, and the only thing you're saving is £5, euros or dollars. Can you actually wait 5 years, 4 years, whatever your business plan is, to be earning 25,000 per month, okay, in literally that time frame? I certainly can, and I just thought you might find that interesting. So what I'm going to do now is just continue going back onto the presentation. And that is one way that you can do this business, literally by sharing it, okay, yourself, and giving out as many codes as you can. The other way is when you start building. I'm just going to show you, is incredible. Now, it's me now, okay, introducing a couple of people into my team, just getting them on, adding enough value so they join and look at this Zoom, or maybe watch this as a recording or whatever it may be, okay? And if they think this is a good idea, I now have got 2 people in my organization. I then help them do the same. And now I've got more people and more people, and eventually I have 50, okay? And now this model is so watered down because only all of my people in my team have only got 10 customers or 10 friends. So therefore 50 times 10 is 500 customers in my organization, and that the saving has been $600, as that's been worked out as being the average. At a 10% override just on what my team are doing, I'm now getting 20,712 coming back to me. And when I showed you those figures earlier on, you can just see how powerful building a team is. But it actually gets far better than that with all other things which are interlinked into the compensation plan, when you actually understand it further and if you look into it more, which is incredible. Now then, when we look at the team builder model, this is sort of how it works. You're paid up to 15%, which is kind of cool. But the dual team, there's me at the top now, and far better looking and longer hair. Okay, but basically I've introduced someone to my left and someone to my right. And what that actually means is I then help them do the same. Okay, we have systems and processes in place, as Beverley mentioned earlier, that we try and get your investment back as soon as possible. And if you're in this for a business, we want you to succeed. So what then happens is, we help our team starts growing, and you have people above you putting people below you as well. And then you have a team of people below you. All those people are giving out boomerangs and codes. Now, when they give them, when those commissions come back at 35% from the iGo platform and 50% from Build Genius, and the other percentages coming from the Vibe and Zence as well. So you can imagine, right, all this money and activity below is converted into points. So on this particular screenshot, there's 10,000 customer volume below me on my left side and 5,000 on my right side. So at midnight in American time, a screenshot is taken, okay, and you're paid out on your weakest leg. And depending what pack you came in on, this determines the dual team bonus, which pays anything between 10 and 20%. So in this scenario, in this example, it's paid out at 20% by 5,000 customer volume there, gives $1,000 for that week's work coming up to you. So what I'm saying here now is that this is the only way we get paid, where you're capped at 250,000 per week, which I'm sure there's no complaints about, but it has to be there to keep the company safe and keep it in business. And when you understand what's actually going as well, it's truly incredible. Now then, no business is free, okay? But I've never seen a business of this magnitude. And Beverley's already used my line with it, you know, more legs than a centipede. It's so affordable and doable, and as far as I'm concerned, extremely cheap. Now we start, okay, with $49 US, okay, £37 English money. Literally, this buys your position in the organization, and I can't emphasize how key that is, because depending how long it takes you to do your due diligence and get your questions answered, can be a significant amount of money which you could potentially be earning, because you could be either in someone else's team who is a rock star at this business, or they can be in your team. Okay, so that's really quite paramount. I just want to highlight that point. Now, what this also gets you is your toolbox to get started in this business, which you then come into one of these 3 packs. Okay, so what this is coach class, business class, or first class. So as you can see there, it's US dollars, 250, 500, or 1,000. I know Beverley and myself, we came in on this first class all the way, because for 3 reasons mainly. Firstly, I'm in business to make money. I get paid more money. Simple as that. Okay, the other thing is I get to see the best of everything, all right, in regards to the iGo platform and some of the other services which will probably come on board in the future as well. The other best thing is the fact that straight away I get 50 boomerangs, 50 codes, 50 accesses to give my friends and people I know. Okay, so I can help more people straight off the bat. Now, going what these actually packs, what they actually equal. Okay, so you look at the coach class. This is me now seeing on the iGo platform at the 70+% saving, hotels, flights, car rentals. Business class, I get all of coach, but I now see cruises as well. First class, I see the best of everything. All right, as mentioned earlier. Coach class, you're getting 10 boomerangs. Business class, you're getting 25. First, you're getting 50. Percentage bonus coming back to me, all right, which is important. Coach class, you paid the least. What that means is, when I sort of was talking about before on the iGo platform, you get half that money coming back to you. Coach class, that means it's just 50% of that half. Business class, you're getting 100%. First class, you're getting 100%, so you get all of it. Now, when we look at the dual team, as I mentioned earlier there, and this is what determines what you pay on your team below you. If coach, you get 10%, business is 12, first is 20 for the first month, then it goes down to 15 and remains at that until you go through the leadership ranks, and it then goes back up to 20, all right? And it goes up in stages depending what rank you then go up to. So that's awesome. And that literally can mean, like, say if you was getting $1,000 on coach class, if you was on first class, that's potentially 2,000 or 1,500. So that's very, very significant when you actually look at, even though those percentage look small, it can be a lot of money. Right, the other thing there, everyone has access to the Prib, everyone has access to Vibride. Boomerangs, you get given 10 every single month without fail. They're given to you, it doesn't matter what pack you're on, okay? Everyone gets 10. The other thing I want to mention also, that if you're a little bit stretched at the minute and you couldn't come in on business or first, you can come in on coach, or you can come in on business, and you can upgrade, only paying the difference in pack within the first 60 days, okay? And one thing I want to mention here as well, because we have systems and processes in place, okay? I've talked about the packs, I've talked about the upgrade, and there is a monthly overhead, okay, of $99 US, or roughly 76 to £8 on the currency conversion, okay, in pounds, okay, and that's your monthly overhead. So your membership, subscription, whatever you would like to dress that up as. Now, I have never seen a business so cheap for one-time investment, okay, and then that's it done, and then that is the only overhead you have. But the best thing about this, if you introduce 6 people to this business and they're active in your team, you're not even paying that monthly subscription, because the activity below you covers that. There's also now products in the way of Zence. I haven't got the use of the saying of that. So if you buy a certain amount of that, okay, and it's not much, that covers your monthly subscription as well, okay? So I'm just saying, we also have systems and formulas in place to literally, if you start any job, this is how we do this job around here. You arrive in that environment, you get told how to do things. We want you to have that return of investment back as soon as possible. So we have systems and processes in place to make that happen. So I've only got one question to ask you guys, and it's as simple as this. It's either one or the other. All right. You either want to be a free customer for the rest of your life, making mega savings on things which come onto this platform, or you want to be a big business partner where you earn the biggest savings possible, but get paid from all different directions. You've got no idea where the money's coming in from. Now, it's one or the other. The other thing as well, if you are a free customer, you actually do the bit of goodwill by feeding a child in need with a proportion of nourishment, which is something which is really, really good. So I'm going to end the presentation here and finish the stop share. And if there's anyone on this call who would like to ask any questions, and if Curtis wants to just give a quick testimonial, we're going to put him on the spot right now. Wakey, wakey. Yeah, so if you would like to just say a couple of words, mate, and of your experiences on this, that would be really cool.
Yeah, cheers for that, Rob. That was a great presentation as always. Love seeing the new services in there as well. Yeah, so I joined iBoomerang in January of this year after Rob flew out to Vietnam and sat me down and said, look, mate, you need to take a serious look at this. So he sent me all the information through. I did my due diligence, went through everything. I actually got back to my hotel room at 10 p.m. at night. And I just started going through it, and it just got me pretty excited, like just looking up things and just the potential of this opportunity as a whole. We got to like 4 in the morning and I was like, I've got to join this. So I woke my wife up, who was in the hotel room asleep next to me, and was like, have a look at this. Just tell me what I'm looking at is real. Like, this seems too much of a good opportunity. She went through everything and then just basically come back to me and was just like, said it back to me even better. So like, to me, this looks like when I joined iBoomerang, all we had was travel. So I was just like, to me, it was just like getting in at the very beginning of like Amazon when they just sold books. I was just like, the potential of this is absolutely huge. And we decided there and then we're going to go all in, come in on first class. And yeah, we've just been running with it since. Obviously got a great team of people, as you can see on the call today. So yeah, that's about it, Rob. Cheers.
Hey, cheers, buddy. Have you got any more words? You're on mute, Beverley, sorry.
Can you stop recording?